In January, we did my annual 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance program where we looked at one thing you could do each day. Well, we're back with the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. In the chaotic world of 2025 and beyond, compliance will become even more important, and you staying on top of your game will help your company move forward. In today's Compliance Tip of the Day, we look at moving your data and data analytics program to the last mile in your organization. While data-driven compliance is something that is not new to the compliance arena, moving your data analytics can be a tricky area for most legally trained compliance professionals, as obviously this is not something law schools teach. Yet data analytics is the presentation of data in addition to the analysis of data. This is a skill that compliance professionals need to learn going forward, or at least have some expert who can assist either internally or an expert consultant. This is called the last mile of data analytics. And if you have to create a way to communicate this to your organization, start with recognizing talent is separate from your employees, from yourself, so that you will help solve this last mile problem. Talents include having design, storytelling, or data wrangling, and indeed data analysis. While you can find all of that in one person, you may not. The statistically trained data scientists can certainly help, and if your organization has one, you might want to go down to them and have a cup of coffee. The key is to present data in a way that everyone in the audience, from the board of directors to senior management down to the frontline business unit, can understand. This is where storytelling comes into play. Your meeting should deliver the results and should always include a mix of skill sets. A meeting should, therefore, include someone with presentation skills of a marketer who can sell the insights or make them in your presentations. There can be a subject matter expert who can bring data and analytics talents to your meetings. You can reuse what works. Think of a group of people who combine their design talents and data wrangling talents to create a reusable code for the production of good data visualization. Such templates are invaluable for a team operating efficiently. This can work to create a reusable template, which can be customized for the output of any particular compliance or risk issue that you are considering. There can be multiple leaders of this process throughout the life cycle of a project. This means when it comes time to prepare a report for the board on the evidence of a recommended compliance or risk management strategy, the storytelling and design lead will probably move to the front. As a CCO, you should be ready to move the pieces around depending on where you are in the life cycle of a particular project. The presentation of data sciences to a lay audience is really the last mile. And this is where compliance really needs to up their game and take hold of this so that you'll be able to effectively present data. So what are today's 3 key takeaways? Number 1, look for talented and curious employees to be a part of your data science team. Number 2, encourage cross-mentoring to facilitate skills learning. And number 3, moving the final mile is always the most challenging. It's often said that in any project, 90% of it is getting there, and the 10% is the most difficult because that's passing it over the final mile. The same is true here. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and you'll join me again tomorrow on the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The Compliance Tip of the Day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network. Finally, this podcast contains promotional materials.